Welcome back to Sevtech Ages with DanBearPig. So, it's been a while, hasn't it? I'm not going to turn this into one of those where every episode I say, well, it's been longer than I intended, but this time it definitely has been. So, let's see, where were we? Right. Behind me, I have a smeltery, which I have been using. It's, the main project that I was excited to get to at the beginning of this age, and hey, look at this. Right on form, I am starting as night is falling, so that's pretty great. I still have time, though, to point out a couple of upgrades I've done off camera. I've added some totems, so we've got some protection from creepers and a few little boosts. And I built an area for the kilns. Just a little simple hearth with a chimney. And let's go sleep before night comes, and I have to test the creeper protection. That would be no good. So with that out of the way, I think the next thing that needs to happen is, as much as I am fond of this mighty oak tree, I think I need some proper shelter. You know who has proper shelter when I don't? This villager over here. This guy. What are you doing? Nothing. Whoa! Yeah, you didn't even warn me of that. Look at that. Speaking of creepers, remember how I was just talking about creepers and how I didn't want them to show up? You know what? There's only one proper course of action. I think I need this house. Alright, did I get everything? I think so. Yeah, you know what? You can keep this. You can keep your shelf. You can keep your fireplace. I don't need them. I need your house. Looks like I didn't get back all the materials from breaking his house down, so that's alright, I got enough. This will be a shelter, right? And I can improve it later. See, I didn't get back all the thatch either. That's okay. This is enough. This is enough to protect me from the elements. And if I hop in through the window here, I can make another bed out of hay and leaves. Because if I pick that one up, it'll break. So, whoop, out the window again. And here we go. This, for now, is my new hut. And this is where I'm going to sleep until I build the house right here. So, here we go. First night's rest in my new hut. It's a little cramped, but you know, it's serving me better than it's serving that villager. Whoa, I phased through the back wall there. That's pretty wild. Oh, you know what? It's even made out of my favorite oak, dark oak, which I haven't found other than in these structures yet. So, you know, I have good reason to take that. Alright, so, what's the plan now? I've got the smeltery, I've got my kiln, I've got all of my bronze tools worked up, and plenty of material for the next phase of this project. So let's take a look at the advancements table. I think what we're going to do now is go for some of this low-hanging fruit right here and work our way upwards. So we've got stirring the pot, looking for a more efficient way to make leather or dough, I sure am. Craft the wooden basin, fill it with the correct liquid, which would be water, items, and stir. That will be such an upgrade from last season, where we were diving into the river and trying to use underwater breathing just to craft up some dough and some leather. We're going to skip the hunting dimension for now. That's in the first tier, but it's not a low-hanging fruit. I'll probably set something up there, but then not really use it very much. I'm not a big fan of the hunting dimension. I'm more looking forward to the beneath. But bottom of the barrel, clay barrels, and barrel extensions, those I can make. And finally, we're going to work our way towards the aqueduct. So let's start with the basin. Easy enough. I need some logs and some sticks. I happen to have both of those. And as I usually do, I'm going to make several of these. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah. They stack. I was not expecting them to stack. But yep, that was the achievement get right there. Stirring the pot. Alright, so now I'm going to need to place these. I have some grand plans for a tannery, a bakery, and a leather, well, tannery's a leatherworking, a paper mill over in that direction. But for now, this is my all-purpose workshop. So I'm going to go ahead and place these right there. Look at that, 4 of them right there. And I still don't have buckets, so I'm still going to be working with those fluid bladders, which is a shame. But there are things that I can do to facilitate this. And when I have the tannery, the paper mill, and the bakery set up over there, I'm going to have water piped right in with the aqueduct that I'm going to build this episode. But for now, we can make these clay barrel extensions, or clay barrel and clay barrel extension. Those are easy enough. So I need to make the unfired clay barrel and the unfired clay barrel extension. And those are simple recipes, just clay balls in a U shape and clay balls in 2 parallel lines. There we go, 4 unfired clay barrel extensions. And we're doing this backwards apparently, unfired clay barrels. Alright, and for the advancement and to actually get any good use out of these, this kiln will be handy. Here we go. Alright, there they are. And there it is, bottom of the barrel. Followed up quickly by... Where is it? Uh-oh. Do I have to place it? Craft a barrel? Oh yeah, I have to place it on top of the barrel. So, let's find a spot for these. We want sky access, and I might actually let it rain at some point to fill these up. That's going to be a real pain. Maybe I want to move this whole operation outside. I think that's what I want to do. So, let's see, do I have the right thing? Clay barrel, yes. Alright, let's do right here. And the barrel extensions. There it is, extensions. So, look at this, I can pick these up as well. Oh, barrel is empty, but like this. Yep, just like that. So I'm probably going to want to actually dig a little hole and drop these 1 block so that they're easier to access. In fact, yeah, let me do that right now. Yeah, like that. That's going to be a lot easier to access. So if I let it rain, these should fill up. It'll be really slow, but it'll be a lot more convenient than running all the way to the river over there. So, and I think, if I recall correctly, I think I can fill the fluid bladder 3 times per barrel and per barrel extension. So that gives me 24 times that I can fill that. And I can put that water in these basins here. Can I pick these up? No, I'm going to have to break them. But it'll be a lot quicker because I can do it in batches to do leather and dough and eventually paper in these basins. So, hey, look at that. Perfect. Okay, we're going to do this outside. Hopefully not while it's raining. So, let's see, what do we have next? Look at that. I haven't lost my touch. 3 advancements right in a row. So, okay, here are the music puns again. 90s music, pipe me up inside. Use a dung pipe to pull items out of a block, or use a sewer pipe to pull through solid block. I'm not sure what I'm ever going to use this for, but for completionism's sake, let's see what this takes. Dung pipe. Oh. Planks and slabs. Oh, shoot. You know what I don't have any of? Slabs. So this, I'm going to need to set up some horse automation here. And I'm going to need to do that anyway for the aqueduct, because for that I'm going to need clay blocks. Right here, let's take a look. Yeah, clay blocks, and those I can only make by pressing them. Currently, I only have the horse press available to me. No metal press yet. That's a ways down the road. I've never gotten that far. Alright, so this is familiar, and I have a spot planned for horse automation. So the house is going to go right there. all the workshop areas here. Over there where I've got a waterfall, I'm going to have a lumber mill, paper mill, etc. And back here, I'm going to have a farm and a ranch. So this will be an upgraded ranch from what I had back at Caveman Ranch. And I'm not going to go back there to use that. No, we have left that base behind. This is our base now. So I'm going to set up new automation here. And based on my experience with those llamas being so slow, and every time I pick one up with a reed, they all want to follow, I think I'm going to go ahead, give in, and use horses. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll see some more skeleton traps, and I can use skeleton horses. But probably not. Alright, here we go. I've got a spot set up with a chopping block, and this horse here that I tamed, he is slightly faster than average, and the fastest of the 3 nearby horses. So he'll do, and he's quite a bit faster than those llamas were. But I have to say, once again, I'm an idiot. I probably would have realized this if I hadn't let myself lapse for a month, but I don't need this to make slabs. I put some planks on there, and I got sticks. And I should have known I would get sticks, because guess what? This isn't one of those fancy things for SevTech Ages. I can just do the vanilla recipe right here. Boop. Which means that now I can make a horse press. Or can I? Oops. No, this is what I need. Yep. Right there. So here we go, a horse press, and I've got some hoppers so that I can automate this. So let's go ahead and swap those, and I'm going to set this to press some clay, and I'll be back when that's done so that we can start working on an aqueduct. And there he goes. I might have to review some old footage to see just how much faster he is than those llamas, but look at that, he's going on a pretty good clip there, and maybe I'll breed up some horses or find a faster one and get this going even better. It is a little funny how the lead is not shown though. Well, I'll take what I can get. And what I can get is clay. My clay balls compressed into blocks. Half a stack. That should be enough to get me started. And while that was happening, I also fired up a lot of clay balls into bricks because I want to make these out of bricks. I have several different material options here, and I am not convinced that this is an exhaustive list because if you notice here, I've got stone, I've got granite, and I've got diorite, but I don't have andesite, and that would be a nice one to make these out of. And I don't see stone brick as well, and I swear last time I got to this point, I built some out of stone brick. So it could be that I just need to unlock some more recipes by having those materials on hand, but for now, I think that these brick ones will look quite nice. So let's open this up here, and first make our bricks. There we go. And now let's go ahead, and I'm going to want a lot of these, so let's make all of them. Ah, shoot. Because of the quantities required by the recipe, I can't quite make the full half stack. I can make 30 or 33, but, well, 30 will have to do. So what can I do with these? Well, in vanilla Minecraft, water will flow, I believe, 7 blocks before it will stop, and you need to drop it a level if you want it to flow any farther. But with these, I'm not sure if I can make it flow infinitely, but I can make it flow a lot farther at least. And I do need to have a trough set up, so it needs to be in a channel where it can be contained. But let's just get one started here as a demonstration. And of course, that would be the case. That is all right. Let's see, I've got more dirt, so for a temporary channel, I'm going to build this out instead of digging it like I originally planned. Okay, and my bet is that as soon as I place these, even though I'm not actually manipulating any water with it, that's what will get me the advancement. Let's find out. And sure enough, advancement, aqueducts. Yep. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this channel here. And this won't be my final channel, I've got a plan. And there we go. And yeah, I'm going to need to gather a lot more resources here. I'm going to do that off camera. in order to complete this actual project. And wouldn't you know it, it's nighttime. Okay, real quick, let's dig that out and check this out. It's gonna flow. Come on. It may take a moment to update. Or maybe it won't. Let's go sleep before I get more creepers. I don't need a source block, do I? I think I do. I think I need a source block. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I've used this before, and I'm able to spill it down onto an aqueduct and then use this for it to flow. But I could be wrong about that. So let's see. What tool do I need to pick this up? Okay. Pick works. Good. I think it's time for an experiment. It turned the water blue, but you know what? I think that is maybe an incompatibility with this particular mod and the shader, so that might actually be a really good sign. Let's extend this. Let's see, I've got 11 more of these, so to prove the concept, I need it farther than 7. I think that'll work. Oh, perfect. I didn't even count that. Okay, and yeah, this blue color has extended all the way to the end of this. So that means that this is fully working. And annoyingly, that means I definitely need a water source block. So I may have to finagle one. I think if I converge a couple of these, I may be able to create a water source block. I've seen some tips and tricks about it before. But yeah, because I'd like this to be, you know, maybe 6-8 blocks off the ground at most, because I don't want this to be just towering over every other structure. It would look very cool, but it wouldn't be very practical, and it would throw everything off scale. But maybe I can make that work. Okay, I figured it out because I am a super genius Minecraft pro super smart guy. Check this out behind me. I've got this appearance of a waterfall flowing down into this aqueduct, but what's really going on, I have hidden behind there inside this mountain, I'm going to need to close that up a little bit more, a spiral staircase of aqueduct blocks, because what I found out is that I can go down with these blocks, but only by one. So I can't pour this down onto another aqueduct and expect it to work like another aqueduct, but what I can do is drop it by one level. So spiral staircase back there, it took some work, and I'm going to do another one over there and then have it come a little bit this way and then out that way. And I've marked out everywhere that I'm going to have a support structure for this aqueduct, and even mocked up what it's going to look like. And now I originally had planned for this all to be brick, and then I realized, one, that's a little bit boring, so I can make it look more interesting with some of this andesite brick, and two, that's utterly insane. That was going to be over 20, I think 22 stacks of brick blocks, which are a grind in vanilla Minecraft and 10 times so in SevTech. So I still have a huge grind ahead of me because I'm going to need lots of andesite and lots of clay. I have set up some extra survivalist strainers out in the river, and those will collect clay for me, but very slowly. And in the meantime, I think what I need to do is head back over to this tree over here and pick up some of these backpacks and go on a nice long hunt for clay up and down this river. I gathered a little bit off camera, and in fact I had an encounter with a shark in the river. I didn't think they could spawn in the river. I thought they were unique to the oceans, but apparently not. So alright, I think it's time to pick up some of these backpacks and get going, and I'll meet you back here when it's time to build the actual aqueduct. I will spare you the tedium of the hours of gathering clay, but I will show you this incredible area I found just over the ridge from my base, where I found where that ocean is that the shark must have come from, and also several Shoggoth lairs. As I think I've mentioned before, a lot of people say they can't find Shoggoth lairs, but this area just seems to be infested with them, and I'm going to have to deal with them very soon. But here we are back at the base, and I've deposited all 6 backpacks, and all of these are completely full of clay. Plus I've got a little bit more, so I think this is what I need. I needed about 65 or so stacks. I needed a stack of stacks of clay so that I can get, you know, what would that be? A lot of clay blocks. That's what it is. But unfortunately, my work isn't done yet. I still need to compress some of these into clay blocks so that I can make the aqueduct blocks, and the rest of them, they're going to be going into these kilns. In fact, I wonder, is there a better way? Can I do these in the furnace? No. If I found red terracotta, which I don't know where any of that is yet, I could put that in the millstone, but nope. I may set up some hoppers here, although I'm worried about them catching fire. I think this is what the flame grilled whopper is for, but I don't have enough shadow gems and I don't feel like going and getting them. So I think what I'm going to do is put on some more YouTube videos, fire up all this clay, mine up a few stacks of andesite, and get going. Regerts! I have so many regerts! When I did the clay for that small test segment of the aqueduct, it didn't take terribly long, and I thought, you know, I can do this. But after doing 4 stacks of clay balls, only 1 stack of clay brick blocks, I did some math, and it was going to take me 5.5 hours to do all of the clay bricks that I need for this aqueduct. And you know what? That's too long. I don't have that kind of time. That's 5.5 hours of me just sitting and clicking. So, you know, it's been a good run, but it's come to this. There's only one course of action open to me. I'm gonna have to jump. Landing safely, of course, because I have my wild dog boots, and show you my solution. I went ahead and grabbed a couple of my shadow gems, the only 2 I had, and I made the flame grilled whopper. And I didn't feel like going all the way to the Darklands and getting more, so only using 2 kilns instead of 4 meant this took actually twice as long, but it also meant that I didn't have to be here manually loading all of these kilns. So 11 hours of automation later using these really nice looking spruce storage crates. And I have a ton of these. So I've already taken some of it and staged it over where I'm going to be building. So I've got clay blocks, I've got clay bricks, and I even mined some andesite and some other minerals while I was waiting for these to go. And alright, I finally have my materials, and so finally, many hours into preparing this episode, I can build my aqueduct. Let's go. Alright, I'm back on my cliff again because guess what? This is the best place to see the finished product. Check that out. I am really pleased with how that turned out. And you can see it started over there. I haven't connected this one up yet, and in fact I've got a few more bricks to put on there. And actually, looking at it completed, it is a little bit closer together than I expected it to be. So there's a chance I might move this one over, depending on how well it works out to actually use this. I'm going to put in some spouts on the side, and we're going to irritate some crops with this. So yeah, I'm going to do that between episodes though. And before we finish here though, let's take a look up close. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I'm probably going to stand and admire this for a while too. But after all that incredible grind, the biggest grind yet, this has been totally worth it and was a very satisfying build, and didn't really take that long after I got all the materials finally. So that means there's one thing left to do. Grab my trusty bronze shovel again, and let's hop on up here and release the floodgates. That is satisfying. Race it to the end here. Okay, yeah, that is definitely going to work. And I can actually take my fluid bladder and grab water right out of here. So that's going to work really well for piping water into buildings. And if I just break one of these blocks here on the side, look at that. That's how I'm going to irrigate crops. Or irritate them, depending on how you want to say it. So it'll reach out to here, which means I'm going to be able to have rows in between and on the other sides, and I can make an absolutely massive farm compared to what I had in Season 1 in the previous age. But that'll be for the next episode. That's going to do it for now. And again, sorry for the slow speed between uploads. For a while it's going to be no regular schedule. I'm going to release these as quickly as I can, hopefully not as long as this last time. But I've got a lot else going on, but I have not forgotten this. So if you want to see new videos as they come out and you want to get notifications, be sure to like this video and subscribe. And there will be more, I promise that. And leave me a comment, leave me some feedback, let me know what you think. And until next time, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.